Jen from Jen's List with real solutions for real moms. Today I'm going to be talking about playdates for younger children. By keeping some guidelines in mind, you can help ensure that squabbles, scuffles over toys, and tears at pickup time don't mar your child or her guests' playdate fun. First, let's talk about making a date. Let your child lead. Ask who he'd like to have over. If he doesn't have a preference, take the cues from who he seems to be drawn to at daycare, preschool, or your local playground. Remember, too, that playmates don't have to be the same age. Pairing kids of different ages also has some advantages. The older child will help direct play for his young friend, and he can also relish in being the big kid. If your child is hesitant to play with another child, you may want to dig a bit and see why. Perhaps that child makes your child feel uncomfortable or is mean to him at school. In a situation like that, you may want to actually encourage a play date so that you can observe the dynamic and see what may be going on so that you can help your young child if necessary. Remind your young child about the concept of sharing. This may take some time and patience, but it is so important to remind your child that sharing is okay. You may allow him to put away some of his most special toys before the visit if he has a very strong emotional attachment to certain toys. You can explain that those toys don't have to be shared with everyone, but that other toys are okay to share. Explain to your young child that at playdates, toys are shared, but at the end of the playdate, the toys will continue to stay at home with him. Once a playdate is set, think of fun games, activities, and crafts for the kids depending on their age. I like to encourage free play, but in order to avoid boredom, which can sometimes lead to arguments, I believe that having some structured time is always a good idea. It can be as simple as blowing bubbles, playing with costumes, to art projects. If you do have something planned, you need to be flexible, especially if the kids don't seem interested. It's important to keep it small. 3 can often be a crowd when it comes to playdates. It is better to limit the playdates to 1 friend at a time. Otherwise, it's too easy for one child to feel left out, and sharing becomes that much more difficult. Let your little guest mom know that it's okay to stay if her child is a little nervous, and on the other hand, if the mom is just dropping off, be sure to have her cell number in case of an emergency. It's important to get the facts on food. Since playdates often involve snacks, be sure to ask the guest parents about food allergies or sensitivities, or what they possibly could be picky about. Knowing a child's preferences ahead of time can help head off a snack time showdown. And just a couple of words on the uncomfortable side effects of playdates. Some moms will constantly ask for playdates with your child just so she has a free place to unload her kids for a few hours. It may start with her having a cup of coffee with you and then asking if you mind if she runs to the post office quickly. Once your friendship develops a bit more, she may turn that quick run to the post office into a day of shopping while you're home watching her kids. Obviously, part of the friendship is helping out each other, but if you start to become her constant babysitter, you may have to set some rules, even though it may be hard to say no. But you have to set limits, otherwise your resentment will only grow. Another issue, quite the opposite of the mom who leaves, is the mom who won't leave. She comes to pick up her child and then they stay for another long length of time while she wants to hang out and chat with you. In the meantime, you have to get dinner ready and you have other things to do and you don't necessarily have time to hang out. You may start to avoid inviting that child's best friend over just so you don't have to deal with this, but it's not really fair to the child. In cases like this, you may have to get creative in order to avoid an issue without having to hurt feelings. Perhaps you can plan the play dates on days that you know you have to leave for soccer at a certain time, or you can offer to drop off your child on your way out to the grocery store. Play dates should be fun for everyone involved. I'm Jen. Thanks for watching.